This is the plaintiff, Gregory Hodge. He says the defendant's his niece, and she's very high-strung. One day they had an argument, and she stormed out of the house and attacked his truck with an umbrella, scratching it badly. The cops arrested her, and she's a 25-year-old adult who needs to pay him the $1,650 he needs to fix his truck. That's why he's suing. This is the defendant, Heather Gorman. She says she never touched the plaintiff's truck. She never caused any damages to the truck, and he's trying to blame her for something she didn't do. The guy lives in a bad neighborhood. The truck got scratched there, and he's just being vindictive. She's accused of not crying uncle.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff says his high-strung niece attacked his truck during an argument. The defendant says she never laid a hand on the vehicle. It's the case of trucking things up.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome,
all right, Mr. Hodge. Ms. Gorman is your niece?
Yes.
Wow, okay. So, and how? How so? Like your...
My sister's daughter.
Okay. And the two of you were visiting, I guess this happened when?
11/23/17, Thanksgiving.
So Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
All right, so you're visiting your mother?
I was at my mom's house, yes.
And she comes over to visit her grandmother, right? And what happens according to you?
A little verbal argument ensued.
Over what?
My niece made a comment to me about something. I had just gotten out of the hospital that day, actually. And my niece made a comment to me that I should have died in the hospital.
Okay.
And it was kind of harsh.
That sounds to me, to my trained eye, that sounds like you two already had a problem. So what was your problem? You didn't get along with your niece?
We've had our differences over the
what?
years. Minor arguments, little tiffs over family issues and stuff like that.
Okay, and so she tells you should have died in the hospital.
Yeah, so
And then
I
what
got a
happened?
little upset, and I responded with
What
something.
were you in the hospital for?
I had 10 days earlier, I had a heart episode, and I spent 10 days in the hospital and just had a defibrillator put in, and
Okay.
I wasn't in too good a shape when I came home.
Okay, so she says you should have died in the hospital, and then what happens?
We got into a little bit of more of an argument. She said a couple of more things, and
How old is grandma, mom?
Mom at the time was 86.
Okay, so
Which
that's
she did-
pleasant. It's Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We're at the home of an 86-year-old, and the two of you engage in this? What did you say to him? Did you say to him, I wish you died at the hospital?
No, I did not say anything.
What was it you said that caused the problem?
We were arguing because he came home.
What were you arguing about?
About him not feeding my grandmother. She was in
Okay.
bed, laying in bed at almost midnight, crying that she hasn't eaten all day.
At midnight?
Yes.
So didn't all this happen, did it happen before midnight?
I had come home from the hospital around maybe 8 o'clock.
At
My
night?
daughter, yeah, they
And what
released
time
me.
were you visiting? After that?
Around 11.
PM?
Yes, I came home from dinner with my parents that night. We went
Okay,
out
and
to
you
eat.
were visiting your grandmother at 11?
Yes, because I went to go see her to pay my respects to her on Thanksgiving.
Okay, and then you get there, and then she says, I haven't been fed all day.
And she was laying in bed crying, and I asked her what had happened. And she said that he was complaining since he got home from the hospital that there was no toilet paper in the house.
Okay?
And I feel like that shouldn't be her responsibility. He was in the hospital, yes, he just had a heart attack. But he also has 2 kids that could be helping her as well.
Okay, so what did you say to him?
I didn't say nothing of it. We got into a verbal dispute.
Obviously you got into a verbal dispute, and then what happened? Okay.
And the one thing led to another, and I left.
And then what happened?
And then he accused me of damaging his vehicle.
Okay, you tell me what you say happened. Go ahead.
The argument, she made the statement about, that I should have passed away in the hospital. But
By the way, had you left your mother, your 86-year-old mother, without food between 8 and midnight?
I was in the hospital for 10 days, but
Okay.
my daughter, what I was upset
Who's
about.
that with you?
That's my daughter.
Stand up, please. Come forward. Were you living in that house or staying in that house, or were you there for Thanksgiving?
I was visiting.
When did you visit there? What time?
I got there about 11:30 while the fight was going on.
At
the
11:30, and everybody just visits Grandma at 11:30 when Grandma doesn't sleep?
No, she stays up all night, actually.
Okay. So you go to visit Grandma at 11:30, and the fight's going on?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're
Who was
arguing.
Grandma with on Thanksgiving Day?
She was home actually by herself at the time. My
Does
daughter,
she take care of herself? Who feeds her? Does she take care of herself?
I help her out a lot.
But you're in the hospital. Who's
Yeah.
taking care of
That's
Grandma
well-
when you're in the hospital?
My daughter was doing things.
I was helping my
On that day,
grandmother
though,
out.
she wasn't there. So who was there that day?
That day, she was home for quite a while by herself while my daughter and son came to pick me up at the hospital. But
Okay.
my daughter brought me home, and
Okay.
we went to my mom's house. And my
When you
daughter-
got there at 8 o'clock, did she eat, or had she already eaten, or what?
That was part of my, I was a little upset that nobody made arrangements after me being in the hospital for 10 days to have some kind of food in the house for Thanksgiving and stuff like that. So we were looking to try to order somewhere to get some food. It was 8 o'clock at night when it all started.
So did she eat, yes or no?
Yeah, we all wound up eating at the end of everything. You know, it was a real late night dinner, put it that way.
What time did you guys eat?
I guess it had to be, it had to be around 11 by the time we got anything to
Before
eat.
she gets there?
Actually, after she's left and it was all over.
Oh, so
The
Grandma
incident was
hadn't
over.
eaten all day?
Well, she ate during the daytime. She had food in the house. You know, I mean, you know, she had food to eat.
Just not a Thanksgiving feast?
Not a Thanksgiving feast, exactly.
Were you complaining about toilet paper and there being no toilet paper?
I
in there?
was not. I was a little upset that maybe the toilet paper.
Who were you
wasn't-
upset at?
My son and stuff.
Okay,
Nobody
not
was,
your mother.
No,
You don't expect
that
the
my son and
86-year-old to
stuff
make
like
sure
that
you're
while I was in
perfectly
the
stocked
hospital
with
couldn't
Charmin.
help her out, the
Okay.
kids.
All right, so now you two get into it because according to you, she says to you, you should have died. Were you present for that or no?
Yes.
Oh, you tell me, what did you hear her say?
Yes, I did hear her say exactly as he said, that you should have died in the hospital. He did turn around and called her a tramp. And then she went out and slammed the door,
Okay.
repeatedly banging my grandmother's door
After I had locked it
because he
behind
locked the door on her after she left.
Repeatedly banging, meaning trying to get back in?
her. Yeah.
Okay. What was she trying to get back in for?
Just yelling because of that statement.
What was
I
she
made.
yelling?
I don't remember exactly what she was yelling, but
Do
she
you
was
remember?
really
It was a
irate.
lot of nonsense, honestly. I couldn't make it out through the door. She was screaming like a lunatic.
Have you guys not gotten along with her for a while?
No, I was fine with her, but because my dad and her had the argument, I was actually just stopping her.
Has your dad and she been
Yeah.
had problems before?
Yes.
What do you figure? Just their personalities does it?
Yeah, they clash
But
here and
you're
there.
okay? You two were
I
okay?
was, yes.
Are you still okay, or now you don't talk to each other?
Doesn't talk to me too much because of this case.
Would you sue your niece if your niece damaged your vehicle?
No,
Why?
because I love her.
What if it's $5,000 in repair?
Well,
10,
ooh,
20. Of course you would. Going inside the courtroom.
So now you hear the screaming at the door, the pounding on the door, and then what happens?
Well, I thought at this point it should have been over. At this point, you know,
I'm sorry, who's the lady you're with?
My mother.
His sister?
Yes.
Oh, geez, come up, front and center, right there. All right, go ahead.
I had a funny feeling something was going to happen, and I proceeded to watch out the window. It's an apartment building, and 6 stories up, I got a good view of where my truck is, and sure as heck, there she's headed towards the truck with an umbrella.
With an umbrella?
Yes.
And what did she do?
Actually just starts going off on the truck. She put big puncture marks in both passenger and driver's door, and it proceeds to go all the way to the back.
Wow.
And that side is the driver's
Someone's
side.
pretty angry there.
That's the umbrella marks again. the
Someone's
jam.
pretty angry.
And it goes up this side and then the back of the tailgate.
Wow. Who did that?
Not me.
I couldn't hear you.
Not me.
I can't hear you?
Not me.
Not you.
No.
Oh, so who was mad at him at midnight that wasn't you, that wasn't upset, that didn't walk out, and who do you suppose?
I don't know how he's.
You got
accusing
arrested
me.
for this, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Did you end up pleading guilty to it?
No.
How did the case resolve itself?
There was a restitution set in place, and it was an ACD.
Say it again.
There was an ACD put in place.
Okay, so that means they arrest you for, I love how this works. This is New York?
Yes.
Yeah. So they arrest you because you committed a crime. Then they tell you to do what the rest of us have been doing, which is not commit a crime. And so long as you don't commit another crime, then they drop the crime they arrested you for having committed, right? Have I got it? Okay, so part of that case, according to you, was that you were ordered to pay $300, correct?
Yes.
Now, Mom, did you get involved in all? You know, this is your
Yes.
brother. I assume you love him. This is your daughter. I know you love her. I presume that at some point after this unfortunate incident, you attempted to kind of broker some peace or get involved in any way, or no?
I haven't spoken to him in 6 years.
Oh, never mind. Okay. Let me see the estimates for repair.
This is the estimate. I'm sorry.
Give me any and all estimates you have for repair.
And that's it. This is the restitution that she paid in criminal court.
Did you get that money?
Yes, $300.
I'm finding in favor of the plaintiff in this case. I'm awarding him the remainder after the $300 that he's already received for a total of $1,650. Verdict for the plaintiff. Good luck, folks.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So the plaintiff gets what he is seeking, $1,650. You've already given him $300 because the value, the estimate was for 19 something, so he's going to get his car repainted and fixed.
That's
The
good
judge
for
thinks
him.
you did it, obviously.
That's good for him.
I mean, you had the weakest denial I've ever heard. I didn't do it. Did you do it or not?
No, I did not.
Then who did?
I don't know. We park in a very bad neighborhood, and you know what? He lied. He can't see 6 stories up, 3 blocks, 4 blocks down. So that's, you know what? He wants the money. He got it. He took me here.
See, you didn't say anything like that in the trial. Very weak denial. What a wonderful family situation you guys have going.
Horrible, horrible family situation. Horrible. That family has to be this way.
Boy, I feel sorry for you. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Really sorry. Hey, Mr. Hodge. Again, you may have won the case, but boy, what a terrible family situation
Family
going on here.
dynamics aren't doing too well, but
No.
maybe they can sort themselves out someday.
I think you got to be a part of it.
It's just family, disliking family.
Good luck to you.
Thank
Okay?
you very
Thank you
much.
very much. You'll get your car painted anyway. Harvey?
Doug, I mean, it is insane for something like this to go to court. She should have just paid and apologized, and they would have ended up in the same position they're in right now.